Hi, everybody. My name is Pam Parker, and my husband Terry and I have a house in Southbridge. It's a 5-bedroom, single-family home that we bought in memory of my husband's son. He was killed when he was 24 years old. And we don't live there. Brian is our director there. We let our veterans coming back from the conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq, we let them stay there for free while they transition back into civilian life, which can be pretty difficult. A lot of them have medical problems, mostly PTSD, and have a hard time just getting back out there in the workforce and trusting people. Brian is a master sergeant in the Army. He's retired. He's a 20-year Army Ranger. He was one of those soldiers that you see jumping out of the helicopters, propelling out on a rope. Okay, that's what he would do. That was his job. And they drop him into conflict areas. They would be the first ones in, and they settle everything down so the rest of the troops could come in, kind of open up the path. Tuuka is his service dog, and I'm going to sit down and shut up and let him talk to you now.
Hi guys, ladies, gentlemen, teachers, men and girls, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me. As you heard, my name is Brian LeBlanc. I'm a 20 retired Army soldier. So you know, before I joined the Army, that's my sister, by the way. Pam is my sister. I graduated high school from Copley Square High School in Boston. I was on my own. I was thrown out of the house from my mother and stepfather when I was 16 and completed high school. Couldn't afford college because of my mother and stepfather, so I decided, let me join the Army. Little did I know I was going to finish high school. I was actually good at school, so I finished high school. Oh, if I'm not looking, I'm sorry. I've got head damage. I've had strokes and seizures. My head doesn't work right, and so I have to close my eyes in order to think before I talk straight. Otherwise, I'm going really slow, and sometimes I'll say the wrong word. So, please, I'm not trying to be rude. What, she's slobbering?
Just a little.
Oh. I finished high school early, so I didn't want to get in trouble. When I was on my own, such a young kid, I did stuff. I would drink a lot, which I shouldn't have done, but I did, and I said, okay, well, let me join the Army. So I joined the Army. When I was going to go in August of that year, but I didn't. I said, I don't want to get stuck in trouble. So I said, where can I go? What can I do? I said, can I go back to Fort Rucker, Alabama for helicopter crew, where I was going to do in the summer? And they says, no, we only do it once a year. So, well, I don't want to stay and get in trouble. So I volunteered to ask him, what can you get? The guy, my recruiter, was great. He was so smart. He was a genius. He asked me if I was afraid of heights. Nope. Do I like dirt? Doesn't hurt me. Do I hate people? Sometimes. I don't like my mother and ex-husband, so yeah, that's fine with me. Anyways, it goes on. There were couple other things, and I agreed with them, and they volunteered me for the job to be in Special Forces. I said, okay. I went to basic, airborne school, basic, airborne, then basic infantry school, airborne school, to learn how to jump out of airplane. I had to do 5 jumps out of a perfectly good airplane. I jumped out of an airplane that had nothing wrong with it. It was flying and re-landing. I just got out of it. Great. 5 jumps, very good, a lot of fun. It's a very fun thing to do. Went on to RIP, Ranger it's RIP, which is school to get ready, a week long, to see if I qualified for Ranger school. Well, I made it through, went to Ranger Battalion, became Ranger school. Spent, it totaled 8 months for Ranger school. Was then sent for Special Forces. Didn't do so good. Broke my ankle. Had to have pins. Had to have small surgery on my ankle, which has since then had to be fixed twice. But I said, no, I ain't gonna do it anymore. I'm not being in the Army, I'm just not gonna go back to school and restart over again in Special Forces. So, because I didn't want to sit on a desk and just answer and watch everybody go off and do what I want to do. So, but I got sent back to Fort Benning, Georgia to wait and work at Ranger Battalion, and then sent to, excuse me, I am so sorry, Fort Washington and Washington State. Anyways, I was up there and with Ranger Battalion. Traveled, did stuff. I've been here, there, and everywhere. Any much you can think of, I've been there, seen it, done it. Before I talk about the military, my injuries, where is she?
Right in front of you.
Oh, there she is. She is, Tuuka is my best friend. She's a Great Dane work dog. She's helping me and warns me before I have seizure. Oh God, just hit my eye. Before I have a seizure or my heart problem, I've got a bad heart, and I got a defibrillator. If I have a heart problem, she warns me for it. She's very good at warning. She'll know ahead of time before I have a seizure. She'll start being hyper. She'll make me she's giving me the signal to get down, relax, be calm. How many people know what a seizure is? Wow. Hoorah. Anyway, so I have the seizure, so I don't have to, that makes it easy. I don't have, she warns me, I'll get, it'll take me, y'all know, takes me some time to get up. She'll protect me from other people from touching me, because back in the day, seizures, people, the old practice was they'd put something sharp, hard in the person's mouth so they don't have the seizure. Now, is that me?
No.
You want me to answer it? No. Oh, come on. Oh, please. Trust me, that would have been great. Right? Right? Okay. That's for me? No. Oh. Anyways, so, she warns me ahead of time for those. She also warns me before when I have PTSD. How many people know what PTSD is? Okay, I have bad reaction from combat. I've seen a lot, done a lot. I don't sleep so well. At one point, and Pam can tell you, I spent about 7 days without sleeping. I would stay awake, couldn't sleep. Now, there she goes. I know she's there, and I'll go to sleep if I'm starting to struggle, have problems and start shaking while I'm asleep, she'll wake me up. The way I know, I'll wake up and there's a dog right in my face. I wake up and I'm like, trust me, dogs, you need to make sure dogs have, she has to have plenty good breath because she's right in my face, guys. Woo, man. Right, girl? Anyway, so she's a great helper for my health problem. She's seen everything and do everything with me. Wherever I go, she has to be with me. Chinese restaurant, she has to come. Go to the store to get food, she's right there. No matter where I go, she's right there. I can go through the grocery store, Big Bunny, not a problem. She won't fight, she won't even smell the food or anything. She's just right there. My sister and your teacher, and is any other teachers? No. They could tell you when we were at lunch, I didn't do it, did it? Flashback. Did I do something wrong? Okay. Hold on, so she just warns, no matter where I go, thank you, girl. She's right there for me, to warn me and protect me. Any questions real quick before I keep going? Ma'am.
How long have you had Tuuka for?
Un momento, por favor.
How long have you had Tuuka for?
I've had Tuuka 1 year. Right now she's a 2.5-year-old Great Dane, and I've had her for just over a year. She weighs, so you know, she weighs just over, by now she's over 130, and when she's finished growing, she's got another 1.5 years to grow, she'll weigh just about 190, 200 pounds. She'll weigh less than my ex-wife. And she'll be better looking. All right. Oh no, that one can stay. Now I'll give you the information on that one. Right now, that one I'll make sure that gets on. Anyway, does anybody have any questions right now? Anything? Anybody? Yes, sir.
How did you meet Tuuka?
I'm sorry?
How did you get Tuuka? Like, where did you get her?
You gotta go
slower.
slow.
How did you get Tuuka?
What? Where?
Yeah, like what organization?
What's the name of the place? I have a hard time remembering.
ServiceDogProject.org. It's all Great Danes.
It's Ipswich.
Ipswich, Mass. And they are trained strictly for mobility. They're not trained for anything else. They're not trained to detect seizures or anything, strictly for mobility. He's had strokes, and he used to walk with a cane. And that's why they're so large. because she replaces his cane, and when he's walking, she'll push him or pull him. She can sense if he's falling. So, all of the other stuff is just her instincts. The detecting seizures and the nightmares and the flashbacks are just Tuuka.
And, ma'am,
Yes, sir.
your name, ma'am?
Jamie.
Oh, for them.
Oh, Mr.
Miss-
Otto.
Her name, this young lady, your teacher, she knows that we're trying to do,
Yes, with the health tech classes, we're gonna try to take a trip to Ipswich to see the service program.
so you know.
Check them out online, they have live camps online.
In the spring, in the spring.
With that,
Yes.
Those all drop out.
Did you catch that? All the dogs go to veterans.
well, all the veterans who receive dogs through that service dog project, they get them for free, they don't have to pay for them. So you can go online and check them out, they have live camps, watching dogs train and everything.
And I don't know if you've noticed Tuuka, she's got a pink collar, brand new, and gold nails. Her nails are gold. So
Stockton Baytown.
this girl is, her food, I can't get cheap dog food. She will not take cheap dog food. It's expensive. Wow, girl. I'm jealous. She loves food, special food and treats. So she's a great girl. Great girl. Trainer. Okay. Any other questions before I go back to military?
Any military questions?
Any military thing real quick before I start?
To your right, I think.
I'm sorry, I can't, my head damaged, this side of my head is damaged. This whole right side, I can't see that well over on this side.
How long were you in the service?
How long was I in the service? I was in 20 years, ma'am. I
Exactly
spent
20?
20 years, a couple of months and days, but I'm not gonna go, it's close enough. As long as I hit 20 years and collect my retirement, that's all that matters to me. If I did 20, if I waited another 20, if I could have got another 5 more years, and made Sergeant Major of the Army, it would have been great. Now,
So what brings back the bad memories? Like,
what brings back the bad memories?
yeah.
Wow, but you didn't start something easy. Very good. October 3rd, 1990. October 3rd, 1993, ma'am. I was my first chance to lead soldiers, ma'am. I was in E3 and moved, and then finally got promoted, and E4, I was a squad leader, team leader, and I had a 3-man, me and 3 other guys, and we had been in Mogadishu before, and he jumped out of a helicopter before, and he got a rope burn on his arm. So stupid me. instead of keeping him with me, I sent him with the rescue team, with the response. And I stuck him as a driver instead of Pirelli with me. And I stayed with the QRF, Quick Reaction Force, and I swapped him because he had a rope burn. And thank you, girl. She's warning me. Go ahead, girl. He had the rope burn, and I moved him so that he didn't have to, in case he had, when he paroled down, I didn't want him to get a burn. He already been wrapped. I didn't want him to cut him, if he had burns and bleeding or anything, so I jumped him down. He long way put. His name is Alphabet. We called him Alphabet. Great kid. 19 years old. October 3rd was his birthday. "19 years old. He was shot. Killed instantly. He was a drive gunner on his vehicle. He was driving the 5-ton truck. Do you need this, Griffith? I'll go limp it.
PG-13?
PG. His vehicle had the RPG through the side door of the vehicle and blew up in his body. It killed him instantly. It didn't explode. It just stuck in his body. I didn't find out by the whole situation. I didn't know until 2 days later what happened because I was stuck out at night for a day and a half. They had to pull his body out of the truck, throw it into the back of the truck, and come to find out they had to throw the EOD, explode, bomb people. They had to take his body behind, they had to sandbag his body and blow it because he had a live round. There was no way to protect his body. And he gets sent home in 2 pieces. Was that too intrusive? So, was that good?
How old were you when that happened, Brian?
21. I was a young, dumb. There's nothing great about war, folks. Trust me, both sides, not just their side, but our side too. It's not, because of that, I drank a lot. His mother would send me messages, ugly messages for birthday, his birthday, for Christmas, for Veterans Day, for Memorial Day. I would get an email, a message, a letter in the mail. And it's hard, it made me drink again, even worse. It's hard, it's not, I mean, how would you feel if you and your friend, you're in charge of your friend, and they end up dead, and it's not an easy thing to deal with. And closest thing for me to do is drink, and it's not, I've been sober, don't get me wrong, I'm sober. And now, I've been sober about 15 years. No, yeah, 15 years, give or take. So, it's a hard thing. Any questions? Something happy? Ma'am?
How long were you out of the service before you got Tuuka?
Oh, when I got Tuuka just over a year ago, I applied for Tuuka 2.5 years ago. I tried getting her. And I retired 7 years ago. So, right roughly around that. But
And after he retired 7 years ago, it took 6 years for the VA to send his paperwork over to tell him that he was retired. Wow, that's crazy.
anything? Sir,
On a slightly happier note, what's the proudest moment in your life?
my,
Proudest moment in your life?
let's see, my divorce. My sons, both of my sons. I love both of my sons. I have a 26-year-old son. He lives with his mother. I met him 3 years ago. I just met him. I didn't know his mother, Taji. His mother is great. And my son, Nicholas. Oh, Brandon. Jeez, my youngest son is 19. Brandon, he's in San Antonio, getting ready to. He's 19, and he got an accepted to the United States Air Force Academy. So he's gonna. Unfortunately, it's Air Force, but he's going. He's going to the Air Force Academy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, there you go. Thank you, sir. Anything else? Anybody? Somebody? Yes, ma'am.
What different kinds of therapies do you do besides having Tuuka?
Therapy? I have, let's see, depends on which day. I've had tons of medical problems. Tons. And she could tell you, I've got tons of medical problems. I've had cancer. I was exposed to something, and I'm not going to describe what I had. But I had
Chemical weapons
yeah.
exposure.
But being told I was clean, the cancer was clean, that was great. That was a good thing. So That's not bad. That I can move. The fact that I've had so much damage to my head. I was very down because of the strokes and seizures. But I'm fighting. It's an everyday fight. I have my good days and I have my bad days. I'm up and down. Today is a great day. And you guys are my great day. You have no idea. You're like, what are you, stupid? No, and I'm not. I am so happy that each and every one of you guys are here today. All right, I love teaching. All right. Anything I could do to teach anything, I love it. All right, and I think I've already told you, but I'm going to tell you again. Your teachers here, they might say something or do something, and they're going to leave you a question like, what are they talking about? Why are they doing it? It doesn't make sense. I'm telling you, I can guarantee someplace in your life, you're going to find something that they did, and you're going to be like, holy cow, my teacher told me about that, now I know. She was right. I'm telling you. Thank every one of your teachers, regardless of what it is. The reason why when I retired, I was going to school. Why? Because I had two great teachers, Mr. Maloney and Miss Benda. And I've had 5 others that helped me along, making sure I stayed in school, when I had problems for my mother and stepfather, I could have quit. I could have gotten in trouble, but I didn't. I stayed in school. Yes, I worked, not great hours, but they made sure I would come to school, that I was okay. During the class, hey, you okay? You doing okay? Talking to me in the hallway. Just a small thing as, you're doing good. You may think that's nothing. And you teachers, if you say that, you may not understand. Why are they? I wonder if I make it different. We make each other's different. Both kids to them, you make a difference. Teachers to kids, same person. All right? It's one big, huge family. I've had great teachers. Because of them, I became a teacher. So, don't make fun of your teachers now, or don't think that they're bad, or they're mean, or unstuding. They're great people. They're great people. All right? One of you here, in 1 month, you're going to realize something that they said was a big, important thing in your life, guaranteed. What it is, I don't know. Who it is, I don't know. But I'm telling you, one of you, this class is big enough. One of you is going to be thanking them. All right. Anything else? Oh, come on.
I just want to tell you too, we have about 5 minutes.
You rock.
Right there, Brian.
I'm sorry, who?
Right here, captured.
Oh, sorry, sir. I'm deaf as a bag of rocks.
What did you teach? What did you teach?
What?
Yeah.
Multidisciplinary science. It's a teaching degree from the University of Texas to teach science. I love teaching. Because of my teachers in Boston, that's the reason why I went, because I wanted to teach. And it was great. It's a great thing. I love it. Teaching is fun.
And actually, he told me that he taught the juvenile delinquents.
Yeah.
it wasn't a regular high school, it was for the troubled kids who couldn't behave in a regular high school, and they loved it.
And there's no such thing as and these teachers will tell you that there's no such thing as a bad student. There's none. All right? We learn how to work with you guys. Trust me. And vice versa. Education is great, guys. Enjoy your time now. High school is a great time. You've got great teachers, great times to learn, not just from school, but life.